Thank you for coming back to these sessions. In this one, the I Am is going to be speaking about truths exposed, help from benevolent ETs, inner earth, and emotional healing. So I begin. Everything has accelerated. Time itself is an example of this. It helps those with their human impatience. But the global consciousness, the light beings being united, has far surpassed if anyone had had any expectations. Being in the now, one is reminded that everything is always perfect in that moment. As was stated previously, there are less cruelties. There is less confusion in many because of the light that light beings are emanating out into others, into the all that is. And the earth has begun her healing, as many humans have begun their healing. Balance is on the horizon, so to speak. Mother Earth, as you call her, is joyous in the changes to come, is thankful in the healing that has begun. Focus only on the positive. Walk always with the two wolves. This lesson that you are teaching now is even itself ready to go to the next level of clarity and understanding. You will hear and see your teachings evolve as I flow through you, as I articulate through you. And even as I say I, it is you and I. We are one, literally one. In some ways you still see yourself as separate, but you are, for now, in the limitations of 3D frequency reality, all that is within that frequency. Although a lower frequency is not a lesser frequency of the I Am, but rather another expression, shall we say, of all that is. For each level of dimensional reality, each frequency, and the law of physics that flow through it, holding it in that dimensional frequency, each of those with their seeming limitations. The limitations are actually an expression, a creative expression, for there are different levels of creative expression for each. That is what is evolving to the next level of personal expression. And that personal is not separate energy from the I Am, but rather an expression of the oneness on that particular level. So the beauty, the peace, the positive energy of 5D dimensional reality that many are vibrating at this time, and that all who are part of this ascension will be physically walking the rainbow bridge into, is just another level of the I Am. Each individual is the I Am, as are you and I. The clarity of this understanding brings not only the joy and the peace of it, but the ability to express through whatever dimension one has manifested in. There are changes, more coming to the light, more awareness of truths. These truths that have existed, more opportunity for higher perspective of each of them. Each individual has their own connection with these frequencies of truth. In other words, everyone will not experience a response or even an awareness of the truths that will be exposed, but rather there will be certain ones that will vibrate it within the frequency patterns they themselves vibrating at. In these will be their personal experiences. And yes, for some, there will be that confusion or pain or inner chaos. There will be anger, all of those things, in response to those things being revealed. But all of the truths that are being exposed will not be experienced by each. But the many truths being exposed will be the joy of the healing of the earth and each individual. And that will be felt to some degree by all, because that is that connected light, that collective consciousness light of all the light beings and all the light that is within each human. It is not that they are a single candle with a single light. They are also connected. But because of their personal choices to, shall we say, hold themselves back from evolving to the next level, for whatever reasons there are, I am with each of them. There will be their comfort, and there will be levels of comfort for each. For some, the comfort will not seem as much as it is with others, but it is there. It will help them through whatever choices they have made. the experiences that are choosing, and with the ascension itself that happens. And those who are ascending do, shall we say, disappear from the visual of these. There will be an acceleration of fear, confusion, desperation, all of these things, on top of all they are already experiencing. But I am with them. But when those who ascend, and they walk across that rainbow bridge, these who have chosen not to go will not be able to see the rainbow bridge, for their frequency is not raised enough. They will not have the understanding. They will only have the sense of separation, which again is not true and could have been experienced on a higher level had they chosen. But again, I am with them. So there is no separation, for that which they think that they want is part of that oneness and wholeness and is still with them. It is the I am. Now as the earth goes through her changes, as she begins her healing, her inner healing as well as the healing of that's happening on the surface. As those things begin, all of those and all that is on the physical who have a certain amount of light and understanding will in some ways come into a personal calmness of acceptance. For when some of this fear and chaos settles within them, and they see that much is inevitable, that much is going to happen and is happening, there will be an amount of acceptance. And they, in those moments, will reach outside themselves toward that which they see as God, when what they are reaching for is within them. And I will be within them. And as they reach, I am there. They will go through their experiences. They who have ascended will not be looking back, for they will be looking to the brightness of the now, of which they will be existing, and the beauty of the new earth, and joy of those around them that are there with them. Their anticipation of what choices they are going to be making, what they are going to be creating in their life, all of the basics of where they will stay, who they will stay with, who they will be creating with, and they will know this in all they are creating in their environment, their reality. And that joined light force, that is the collective consciousness, will be very powerful then. It will seem as if they have stepped into the all that is on a level that could not be surpassed. But some will, in their knowing and their excitement, will be aware there will be even more as they go through their new earth experiences, as they continue to evolve. As all my children evolve, those who are still in the 3D dimensional reality will be evolving also, for none of them will be left behind through their own personal journey of evolution. It will not be with the new earth mass of humans that have gone there, but it will be. And somehow, in that light within them, however faint it may seem to some, every spark of the light of the I am holds within it all the I am, holds within it the oneness of all that is, and that light is not separate from all that is, in all the other light. So within them is like a seed of creation for them to go forward. Now the fourth dimensional frequency of energy will be the next step for most. But again, they must evolve into this. They must create and choose the experiences that create this and to raise their frequency from their own free will. And I will be with them every step of the way as they elevate their awareness. I will be with them to embrace and encourage each step, each of them on whatever path or whatever location in the universe of universes that offers them the fulfillment of their free will choices. They will all choose something higher. For in response to chaos, the catastrophes, the calamities, so to speak, of the old third dimensional earth, they will all reach up to be pulled out. So none will be so backwards. So none will go backwards. None will be lost under the waves, shall we say. All will elevate themselves and their awareness from their free will desire and choice, and I will be there. As we talk of these third and fourth, and fifth realities, with all the other dimensional realities that exist, and with all of the other experiences that exist on the horizon, so to speak, for each and for all, even the collective consciousness experience. There are many levels of personal experience, which includes the collective oneness with others. All of these other dimensional realities are aware, and they feel that higher vibration, that ripple effect of the light as it goes out. It goes out into all universes. Now, I have not spoken much about the UFOs, as you call them, but they are my extraterrestrial children. But I say this, in that time of chaos and earth catastrophes, there will be those that will be left behind. There will be those who choose to stay but will be uplifted, literally levitated into those you call spaceships. In those ships there will be healing. There will be temporary memory loss or amnesia. For some it will be as if they are asleep. There will be those. They will each be lifted according to their own personal paths and journey of experiences that they have chosen. So some will experience more than others. There will be a certain collective elevation on that level of light energy and awareness also. Not to a 5D frequency level, but still an awareness that is a conscious connection to one another. So there will be groups of humans that will be lifted out, so to speak, before and on different levels as these physical things happen on the surface of the earth. In other words, many will not experience the tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, many things that will be happening in and on the surface of the earth. So different ones will be removed from those as is appropriate for each. And again, I am with each of them. So there will be none that are left behind, none that will be going through anything which will not benefit them in their wholeness, their oneness. On those levels, their free will be respected and honored. So some will continue longer on the surface than others, and others will be continuation, that which they need, and their higher self has chosen to create it to help motivate them to that higher choice. Others will go there faster, and my benevolent extraterrestrial children will be there, for some of the humans to understand them, for a spiritual perspective. From the I am perspective, so there will be even fear. That is why many of them will be put into a quiet status, a calming status, even for that transition, for they will be going through enough chaos within themselves in response to the chaos around them, that oneness that they will need not more of. The fear levels will be high. There will be no need to add to them, so those will be quieted in their transition. There will be those that will be in full awareness, in welcome, in anticipation of when they see those ships. But again, I remind you, there will also be those entities that are already on the earth's surface with the humans. Many will be appearing as humans, but there will be a transformation of themselves so they can be seen as they are. Because all of this will be a part of the free will choice of that experience of evolving. Part of the experience of these that are still within the third dimensional reality and all the changes Mother Earth is going through. But from the highest perspective, it will be a joyous time. It will be physical happenings with each of them being saved on time, in their own moment, their own level. So in that, there will be that relief, that comfort, and that joy. Those who stay the longest will see others lifted up or being comforted, or all the positive energy that will be coming to them to assist them. And they know that will be coming for them also, because they will feel the oneness of their own evolving in that moment. Excuse me. The extraterrestrial entities, I remind you, are my children, and they are in that oneness of family, and so they are rescuing their family, their human families, which they themselves have evolved past. They know that oneness, and they have that empathy For many of them have been human. They have been there and felt that experience, felt that seeming separation, but they all have empathy and are benevolent. For no negative entity of any kind, no negative energy of any kind will be allowed during this evolving, during this transformation. The dark wolf that has been walking with the light wolf will be part of that energy of unconditional love. And there is in that inner earth, I will touch on as well, for the chaos of the earth herself cannot avoid having an effect on her inner self. In that oneness of everything that is happening. Now those living in the inner earth may be of a higher evolutionary stage than those humans on the surface. They themselves are still in a position to evolve to the next of their levels. So they too will be given opportunities and the choice to choose to evolve from where they are. The chaos will not be the same as it is on the surface. There will be some slight vibrational frequencies that will be understood within them as a whole, and they will know it is an opportunity. They will be aware of what is going on the surface, but they will also have the awareness that they are not part of that. So there will be an evolving there also. It is the I am that is here to fulfill this purpose of ascension that we have come for. Everything is being fulfilled. Everything is exactly on time. Actually, is coming faster and far surpassed some expectations, shall we say. For the free will of the collective consciousness is the deciding factor, and I do not manipulate in any way the speed or the degree in which it evolves. But rather, I am part of that flowing when a choice is made. I fully flow as that choice is, and this is all accelerated by personal choice. So when I say it is surpassed, it is not from an expectation of fitting into a certain way or time or date, no, but rather the joy of watching it evolve and come to 5D. It is coming very fast because of the joy and the response to that joy, the response to the light that each in their collective consciousness has. And that can only increase. So yes, that is happening faster and faster. Changing so-called time itself is being affected by that light, from that joy, from that going forward and evolving. Your teaching is part of that. Yours and all the others on the same level as you. They are all teaching. Many are not teaching in a teacher's capacity as would be recognized in their society. But each is affecting thousands and thousands, not just the ones they are connected to, but the ones that go to who are in need of the light as well. The ones that are not consciously choosing that higher light. Globally, you will see in all of the truths that are coming out, all of these issues that are happening, you will see, and they will see the joy of that healing. For even the confusion is a sign of the healing. Every emotion that is happening is accelerated energy that represents the healing and the evolving of each individual. So there is joy in that understanding and in that awareness. So always be in that higher awareness. That is what being given to all, that is what is being given to all of these that are ready to ascend. Now each takes into their own journey, their own experiences, and their own groups of people they connect with, and it expands and accelerates. All is happening as it is written. All is happening as I have promised. And I am here to be that promise for each on every level. So the promise is being fulfilled, and you are part of the fulfilling of the highest that you are, the personal journey that you have, that path of that teaching. Yes, it is part of my promise, and that promise to you. And you and I are one. So it is difficult sometimes to have this articulation, to have this flow of conversation because there is no separation. But sometimes to be able to express in an articulated form of language, then the expression is the path that you are on is being fulfilled within the energy of the promise of the I am. Your awareness, your clarity is increasing exponentially. The height and the depth that you are one in the same. Be that light, and others are beginning to see that light flowing through you. As I release you from this session, we are always connected in the I Am. We are one, you and I, and there is no separation. I end this session now with much unconditional love and gratitude to each of you listening and sharing this information. Thank you.